Maddie from Hello Interloper here. Today we've got something a little bit different. Rather than tell you about a current event, I have some information about a future event. Yep, the next event that's going on in Blood Brothers will be Special Dungeons. And I have for you guys the Legendary, the Rare, and of course, the Tower Boss to show you. Now, first of all, we'll just quickly go over the fact that we will not be seeing a new Novice Tower or Squire's Tower boss, which is perfectly fine because it's not exactly worth using Heart's Bloods on those towers anyway. What really matters is the nice tower, and of course, the ranking awards. So, let's get to that. So, here we go. We have Apocalyptic Beast, which is the reward that we'll be seeing for the top ranks, namely 1 through 200. And he kind of looks like a wolf or a wolf dragon or some kind of hell beast. I guess thus the name Apocalyptic Beast. And he has 2 evolutions. And let's quickly go over his skill, shall we? Okay, so we see skill, Flame Fist. And as you probably remember, that is the skill that we saw on Chaotic Magma Giant a few raid boss events ago. So, basically, if he is perfectly evolved, that means 100 crystals, double evolved, he will have an attack of about 27k when he uses Flame Fist. So each Flame Fist to each of the 3 targets will do about 27k. In other words, it's probably going to be perfect knockout. So he's definitely going to be a force to reckon with. His stats are pretty good. We're seeing about, between 14k and about 16k for each. Of course, this is not using any crystals and probably not maxing each of them, so this isn't exactly something to run by. But it looks like out of all of his stats, his wisdom will be the lowest. But then again, it doesn't really matter that much because he's not wisdom based at all. So, moving on, I'll just quickly show you the beautiful artwork. Zoomed in a little bit. That's his first evolution. Second evolution. You can see his breath gets a little more sparky there. And now we'll move on to the rare reward. Her name is Ira Spectre, and then evolves into Ira Hypnotic Spectre. And it's kind of an interesting, familiar design. As you can see, she's rather elegant, but also ghostly at the same time. And those are some scary-looking blades full of blood. And she generally looks kind of undead. But let's go to her ability. So she has Head Bash, which deals heavy physical damage to 2 random targets. We've seen this previously on a Pact guy, Fomor. There he is, he's like a ram dude. And basically it's a 3 times attack multiplier ability. So if I jump back here, you'll see that her attack is fairly good, but where she really excels at is agility. So, although her, this is tailored towards attack, she still has a pretty good attack. We'll see some pretty good knockout ability there. Her max attack actually will be, with 400 crystals, of course, will be about 14.5k. So that's a perfect evolution. That's the max it will get to. But even then, if you do 3 times that, that's going to be her attack output for Head Bash. She will definitely get some knockouts. So definitely something to look into if you need a familiar to just completely take some people out. Familiars, people, whatever. Anyway, here is the artwork, nice and zoomed in, of her first, second, third, and fourth evolution. Personally, I really like this evolution because I like blue, but this was pretty cool too. Now, on to the boss. The boss is called Randolph, and his fully evolved form is Randolph the Crazed 2. He looks pretty zany, and he's got a monocle, so he kind of looks like some kind of vampire slash necromancer, but I guess we'll have to see what his lines will be when we fight him. And I forgot to note that Ira has quite a low defense. Sorry for skipping over that. But it's rather interesting because then she has an extremely high agility amount But you know, if you take into account the fact that she can use head bash right off the bat, as soon as the battle starts, take out 2 people, it's pretty good. Anyway, back to what I was talking about previously. Sorry for skipping around there. We have Crazy Randolph, and Randolph, this is his boss fight picture, and then we see his familiar picture here, his first evolution, when you catch him, second, third, and fourth. And as you can see, when he evolves into an epic, he gets a lot more crazy. Here, you know, he's just he's got a gauntlet, and he's got the little wisps around here, and now he's actually raising the dead, and got some crazy ram skull and ribcage scepter there. So I guess his name, Randolph the Craze, pretty much fits. And then, of course, he's got a little tooth, further kind of speculating that he is a vampire of some sort. But his stats are pretty decent this time around, seeing that most of the bosses aren't exactly worth getting. But he has a fairly good attack, and it's rather interesting that yet again we're seeing another familiar that will have unusually low defense. However, his wisdom is good, and his ability is a new ability, as in no other familiar has it as of now. It's called Spirit Curse, very fitting, and it deals damage and sometimes disables 3 random foes. Unfortunately, we don't really know right now whether this means that it'll deal damage to 3 foes and has a chance of disabling them, or deals damage to 1 and then has a chance of disabling 3 foes. Most likely it will attack 3 foes, so let's keep our fingers crossed, because that would be a rather interesting addition to our arsenals, of course, if we don't have really good familiars. So, that's about it. Hopefully this won't be too competitive of an event, although of course all events are, but I'm sure if any of you guys are hoarding some Heart's Bloods and want to use it, might be worth it for the rare. Then again, you might want to trade your Heart's Bloods off for something better, because they will definitely be in demand during this event. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this event. Most likely we'll be seeing the event ally sort of mechanic brought back into it like the previous special dungeons. So make sure you rally your event allies for this event if you want to do well, and good luck.